to be too small, I feel.
Helen's looking on the bright side.
Look at that afternoon sun that you're getting in.
Yeah.
And maybe the swimming pool is actually more of an aesthetic feature to watch rather than get in and use.
I don't think that'll wash with Courtney.
If I'm going to pay for a swimming pool, I want to be able to use it.
I just can't get over the cars going past constantly.
While the garden has a hidden home,
And this is an extra single bedroom.
Oh, wow.
it's not exactly to Helen's taste.
It's not warm and insulated and comfy, and it's not part of the rest of the house. I'm just looking at strip lighting there too. It's just, this is painted shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this is, yeah.
Oh dear. Perhaps the other bedrooms can improve things.
Right, so this, I guess, one of the main bedrooms. Shower room.
Yeah, ensuite. So this is definitely the master bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
The location may be desirable, but for Helen, the house is anything but.
This house is not doing very much for me at all. It's just a box.
Yeah.
It's got no character at all.
Although it may not be perfect, the property's pool and position could make it pricey. Will this house be within the couple's £500,000 budget?
If you think about it as a sale point of view, it's got 5 bedrooms.
Yeah.
It's got a swimming pool.
Yeah.
I think this value is going to be 580,000.
I'm going to go for £600,000.
Okay. Right. Should we have a look?
Okay. 609.
Wow.
So that was one for me.
Wow.
Yeah, £609,000.
That's a lot of money for this house, isn't it?
I don't think it would really matter how much money it was. It's not for us.
No.
It's not for us.
After a positive start, the days ended on a slight downer for Helen and Courtney. Property number 1 offered a piece of paradise, but the lack of grass was an issue. The second house was a hit with everyone, and at £30,000 under budget was somewhere the family could afford to call home. And although it had all the space they could need, the final property left them feeling empty. So will the Sucklings choose property at home or away?
Based on what we've seen today, we are going to vote for UK.
New Zealand.
New Zealand!
Which was your favourite house?
My swimming pool. Yes!
Swimming pool.
So why did you choose New Zealand today?
I thought the second house in particular
Yeah.
ticked all the boxes that we wanted from a property.
I'd actually probably agree with you there, but at the moment, from what I saw and what you could buy with your money, I think we are better off in the UK.
Despite some appeal, Helen wasn't entirely won over by Kiwi properties. Courtney's homecoming hopes may have hit a snag. But it's early days yet, and a positive result on the job front could make all the difference. Back in the UK, Courtney runs his own carpentry and building business, and being his own boss has its perks.
I do have the flexibility to control my own hours, and most of my work is within 5-10 minutes of home. Here in the UK, my work-life balance is actually really good.
He's really fortunate. He only ever works in a very, very small area. I'm not sure that he'll definitely be able to find that in New Zealand. He's very hopeful that he will. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Acting head of department Helen enjoys her job teaching business studies at a local comprehensive.
The school that I work for in is fantastic. Everyone's really friendly. It's a lovely environment. It takes a long time to find what I've currently got.
And for her to be tempted to move, New Zealand would have to offer a like-for-like position.
If you can't have as good a life as you have here at the moment, I don't really understand the point in going.
Everything's riding on today if Courtney's to have a realistic chance of returning home.
This, I guess, would be the main teetering point, because everyone needs money to live, and financially, if it doesn't work, then effectively, I guess the dream would be over.
Courtney's day gets underway with a visit to a North Shore construction company.
Hi.
He's met by joint directors Declan Percy and Dave Groves.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Straight away, there's good news.
Let's get started. We're just luckily at the start of a boom here in New Zealand. So we're avidly looking for site managers and contracts managers.
It shouldn't be hard to find a job, but Courtney's anxious to hear how working hours would compare to back in the UK.
What's the work-life balance like here in New Zealand?
10 years ago, it would be a lot more of a balance. You'd be doing a lot less hours and spending more time on the beach. Nowadays, people are working more hours. It is changing.
With the demands of our projects, you're generally working up to 50 hours, including your Saturdays if you need to.
It's not what Courtney was hoping to hear. To explore her work prospects, Helen's visiting a local secondary school.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
She meets Brendan Kelly, senior school principal.
At the moment, I'm acting head of social science and business studies. Is that something that would be recognised over here in New Zealand?
Your experience in the UK would be recognised here, and particularly your expertise in the Cambridge system, the GCSEs and the A-levels, could be a real plus in your favour in terms of winning a position like that.
Continuing in the role she enjoys so much shouldn't be a problem. Like Courtney though, Helen's keen to discover how her working day would pan out in New Zealand.
So typically in New Zealand, secondary school might start anywhere between 8:20 to say 9 o'clock.
Right.
And they might finish anywhere from 3 to 3:30.
That all sounds very similar to the UK. It actually seems to work on a parallel.
No surprises for Helen so far. Back at the construction company, Courtney's about to find out if the increase in hours would be matched by a rise in pay.
So fresh off the boat, you're looking at a package that would range between $75,000 and $95,000. And once you've got 2 to 3 years experience in New Zealand, then you could demand anywhere between $95,000 and $120,000.
$95,000 equates to approximately £48,000 a year, almost a third more than Courtney currently earns in the UK. And with the construction industry booming, he could be in demand.
Looking at your experience, we would be seriously interested in talking to you if you want to make that big move. You come across as a great guy and you seem to be the perfect fit.
Great, that sounds really positive.
Although it would mean longer hours, the benefits could be worth it. Back with Brendan, Helen's also talking pay.
So what would the salary be for a head of department business studies teacher here at Christian School?
You'd expect to be paid in the region between $85,000 and $90,000.
That sounds very similar to the UK. If a job became available here, would you consider me?
Yes, certainly, Helen. I think you've got a lot of the characteristics that we look for in teachers, so I think you could feel very confident about applying for a job at a school like Christian, and I'll certainly encourage you to do that.
Right. Thank you very much for seeing me today.
With such good news at the school, Helen could be beginning to see some appeal in Auckland.
I think today's actually complicated my decision because it's been so positive. It's kind of like, well, it could work, and this is why it would work. And so, yes, it's now made the decision possibly even harder.
And the day's also seen Courtney torn.
Obviously, the salary was higher than what I'd be earning in the UK, and that's a positive. But on the other hand, there's a lot of hours that are going to be put in, and at the end of the day, the family is the main concern for me.
So when it comes to work, will the Sucklings choose New Zealand or the UK?
We've had a really informative day today, and based on what we've seen, we are going to vote for undecided.
Why have you done that? I would have thought you'd have gone for New Zealand.
Well, everything today was really positive.
Yeah.
The only thing I wasn't sure about was the hours and the balance that I would get between my work and family life. How about you? How come you've gone undecided?
Well, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I don't think you're any worse off or any better off. I'm quite surprised you've gone for undecided.
Longer working hours means Courtney could now be questioning if chasing a dream move home is actually best for his family. He's always wanted his children to enjoy the New Zealand upbringing he experienced. So will a day out exploring the Kiwi way of life help convince everyone the country's where their future should lie? Courtney has cherished childhood memories of skiing in the New Zealand mountains, so the family head off to the next best thing in Auckland, an indoor snow resort. Alice and Digby are happy to hit the slopes. And though the snow's artificial, the smile on Helen's face is the real deal.
Are you going to move to New Zealand?
We'll have to have a think.
There we go.
For Courtney, seeing Alice and Digby having fun is a reminder of why he's been so keen to explore a move home.
I think the biggest draw for me is that I could offer Alice and Digby the same kind of experiences that I had when I was growing up.
And that's a point on which Helen doesn't need to be convinced.
I think it would be an amazing place for Alice and Digby to grow up, without doubt. The whole sports, outdoor lifestyle, being active, I think for children it is amazing here in New Zealand, definitely.
But while she has her concerns,
I'm worried that I would find it quite difficult and I would be lonely. A question for me is, can I see myself growing old here? Would I want to live here permanently? And of that, I'm not sure.
Courtney also admits he's wrestling with the thought of leaving behind the life he has in the UK.
The pull on one side would be the family, the outdoor life. The pulls to the UK would be security, comfort, the life that we're living at the moment. It's a good life. I see so many positive bits, and then so many other bits where I'm a little bit concerned about. A devil and an angel, one on each shoulder, and they're both having a little argument there.
With the ultimate decision looming, where the family will spend their future is anything but clear-cut. Based on lifestyle, though, will they choose New Zealand or the UK?
We've had a great day today here in New Zealand looking at lifestyle, and
based on that, we are going to vote for New Zealand!
Why did you choose New Zealand?
I think lifestyles are better here.
And Alice, how come you voted for New Zealand?
Because I like the snow place.
You like the snow place?
I want to move to New Zealand.
I think I've always seen what I had when I was growing up, and maybe what we've seen today is a snippet of it. Maybe you could see what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. I think it does offer a better lifestyle, especially for the children when they're young. If you've got the time to enjoy it and the disposable income.
Courtney's always believed New Zealand could offer Alice and Digby a better childhood. But while Helen looks like she could be coming round to the idea, there's still a lot to consider before the family's final decision. The days rounded off spending some time with Courtney's family, and for him and Helen, it's a poignant reminder of what's at stake.
They are a very close family. You know, his 3 sisters and his parents and all the nieces and nephews. That is a big pull.
When I come back, it's like I've never left.
Oh, spending time with Courtney and Helen, Digby and Alice, it's fantastic, but it's never enough, you know.
We're a very close family, and if Courtney was here, it would just be complete.
Wherever the couple decide to call home, either Helen or Courtney will be separated from their family.
There's grandparents in England and there's grandparents in New Zealand, and we couldn't get any further apart.
While their week so far has shown the couple what they could gain from New Zealand, they both still have their concerns. Will the finances provide any clarity? They think their property at home is worth £390,000. We sent round to estate agents to see if they're right.
Oh, there we go.
Why is that man going to our house?
He's going in our house, isn't he?
What a fabulous family room this is. Got a lovely aspect onto the garden at the rear.
There's Henry.
This is a pleasant separate lounge area from the family kitchen diner. Great family room.
Good sized master bedroom. Nice aspect over the front.
Great children's bedroom.
Is he going?
Nice spacious loft bedroom with a big Velux window.
Great decked area, forming a nice extension to the lounge with nice family garden.
I would appraise the property in current market conditions in the region of £385,000 and for a quick sale, £360,000.
A very well presented, extended, versatile family chalet. Current market value lies around £425,000, but for a quick sale, £400,000.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's quite a big spread. The 360 might have been a little bit on the low side,
yeah.
But it's kind of pretty much what we thought it would be.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
With encouraging valuations, the couple move on to get to grips with the finances of life down under.
All right, shall we have a look?
We've provided a comparison of the cost of living between New Zealand and the UK. First up is the weekly supermarket shop.
Lemons are cheaper. There you go. Lemons are cheaper.
Probably because you're in season.
Yeah.
On an end of season, it's winter now,
and you
isn't
can
it?
grow them here.
Yeah.
Brown rolls are double the price. Bananas are double the price. Wow, most things are double the price.
So how does the grocery shop add up?
Equals £74.
17 pence.
Yeah.
Difference.
So £74 a week more on grocery bills.
That's an extra £300 a month for food alone. Moving on to the bigger outgoings, the couple's UK mortgage costs them approximately £1,200 a month. Basing their figures on the second property they saw,
our mortgage in New Zealand would be £1,624. And then that would have a difference of £450 a month.
Okay.
More expensive in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's a sizable increase, but Courtney could up his earnings by a third in New Zealand. Taking that into account, would the couple be better or worse off down under?
So we would be £470 a month worse off coming to live in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
It's too much.
That's too much.
It's a disappointing result for Courtney.
We would actually not even be able to afford to live.
That really is crazy, isn't it?
But it isn't necessarily the end of the line.
Do you think it takes New Zealand out as an option?
No, I don't think it takes New Zealand out. It takes Auckland out. It definitely doesn't take New Zealand out.
A life in the country's biggest city might be out, but does that mean it's a done deal choosing between finances in the UK and New Zealand?
Now that we've had a chance to look at the cost of living here in New Zealand, we are going to vote for
UK.
UK.
No surprises there, really, is there?
No, you couldn't choose New Zealand going on those figures.
No, not in our situation at the moment.
No, it just didn't work financially.
Yeah, it's just a no-brainer, really.
Their week down under has seen Courtney wrestle with the positive and negative points of a return home, but he may be about to face his biggest stumbling block. Helen's concern has always been leaving her relatives in the UK, so will a reminder of what she stands to lose back home be the final straw for